tender glow. The coffee cooled the silence slow. I lived inside a soft echo. Soft echo, it stays so near. Every shadow keeps you here. No word was spoken, none to know. Only the hush of soft echo. Two chairs were waiting side by side. The hush of daylight could not hide. The rhythm low, the hours go. Still I remain in soft echo. Soft echo, it stays so near. Every shadow keeps you here. No word was spoken, none to know. Only the hush of soft echo. Through every breath the quiet grew. It carried love, it carried you. No fleeting sound could let it go. The tender sound of soft echo. The evening settled warm and kind. The silence deepened in my mind. And in that hush the truth would show. I'm bound forever to soft echo. Soft echo, it stays so near. Every shadow keeps you here. No word was spoken, none to know. Only the hush of soft echo. Only the hush of soft echo. The morning opened, soft and slow. The window held a silent glow. The coffee cooled, the hours stayed, wrapped in the light the silence made. Silent glow, it warms me still. Every shadow bends to will. No word was spoken, none to know. Only the hush of silent glow. Two chairs were waiting side by side. The hush of daylight could not hide. The rhythm low, the hours slow. The calm remained in silent glow. Silent glow, it warms me still. Every shadow bends to will. No word was spoken, none to know. Only the hush of silent glow. Through every breath, the quiet stayed. It carried love the morning made. No fleeting sound could ever show the gentle reach of silent glow. The evening settled, warm and kind. The silence rested in my mind, and in that hush the truth would grow. I'm bound forever to silent glow. Silent glow, it warms me still. Every shadow bends to will. No word was spoken, none to know. Only the hush of silent glow. Only the hush of silent glow. The morning drifted soft and low. The window breathed a gentle glow. The coffee cooled, the hours slept. I heard the sound of a quiet step. Quiet step, it stays so near. Every shadow keeps you here. No word was spoken, none were kept. Only the hush of a quiet step. Two chairs were waiting side by side. The hush of daylight could not hide. The rhythm low, stillness met. The tender trace of a quiet step. Quiet step, it stays so near. Every shadow keeps you here. No word was spoken, none were kept. Only the hush of a quiet step. Through every breath, the silence grew. It carried love, it carried you. No fleeting sound could then accept the fragile sound of a quiet step. The evening settled, soft and kind. The calm remained within my mind, and in that hush, the truth was You sat in quiet hands around the cup. The words you held stayed sealed, raindrops tapping soft against the glass, as if time has to be healed. No music played, the room just breathed in echoes small and slow. Your eyes met mine and looked away, a truth we'd never show. Before the coffee cooled, I almost said your name, but silence felt more honest than setting hearts to flame. So we stayed in that stillness where nothing had to change. Your coat still hung behind the door. You never planned to stay, but something in your quiet pause asked me not to say. Before the coffee cooled, I let the moment lie. No promises, no questions, just breathing side by side in the hush that held us gently, where love forgot to try. You left without a sound, but the warmth still stayed a while. The cushion holds a hollow shape where you once leaned soft and slow. It folds the air like you were there, but colder now, you know. The clock repeats a steady hush, like it's waiting for your sound. But even time has learned to move without turning around. You're folded where you used to sit. The shape remains, but not the width. The warmth you left has cooled with care, and I don't dare relate it. So I sit beside your quiet mark and speak only to the dark. She left before the tea was cold. No rush, no words, no stories told. The chair still rocks, the steam still rolls. But where she went, nobody knows. The table bore her fingerprints, the kind fade but never ends. Her scarf hung silent by the door, as if she'd come back like before. Her mug stayed warm, though she was gone, a trace of breath still lingering on. No one saw her close the light, but morning leaned where she sat right. The sun came in, the shadows swayed, but all the quiet chose to stay. I didn't move the cup she held, it still knew stories never spelled. Her mug stayed warm past what was said, the heat she left still softly spread. No final step, no spoken line, just warmth that crossed the room to mine. I feel her form in all the ways her mug stayed warm. Used to take the second pour, now one mug waits, but not for more. The table holds a hollow shape where your pores begin to break. I stirred it once, then let it be. The swirl like how you looked at me. Not angry, not quite gone, but distant all along. Only one mug was warm that day, and I drank slow but couldn't stay. Even silence has a way of asking you to walk away. So I sat where you once turned, with one mug cold and one still burned. Used to hum by the window pane, low and soft like distant rain. Now the glass just holds the gray, and your voice has gone away. make the tea but never speak. The sound would only feel too weak. So I sit where the stillness grows, in a room that only knows there's no voice in the window now. Just the wind, just the howl of things we never said aloud. Too heavy to allow. The chair still leans, the books still wait, but time forgot how to translate every silence, every space where your shadow left its trace. There's no voice in the window now. Just the wind, just the howl of things we never said aloud. Too heavy to allow. So I breathe where your quiet stays, low and slow, till it fades. The spoons lay still beside the cups, like they knew not to begin. The coffee sat in silence, too full, too dark, too thin. Your hand was near but didn't move. Mine trembled, then went back. We watched the cream stay on the side, like words we both unpacked. No one stirred the cream, no one filled the space. We sat inside the quiet, not daring to replace. No rise, no heat, just a room that knew its place. The window blinked with morning light, but neither of us turned. The toast went cold, untouched by thought, just stories we unlearned. No one stirred the cream, no one took the lead. We let the moment hover where need was not a need. No rise, no heat, just the ghost of what we bleed. dances in the light, like the things we didn't write. Your voice, though gone, still softly waves in echoes of unfinished days. My thoughts sit warm, they never leave, like shadows you forgot to grieve. Your name still stirs inside my teeth, a gentle kind of memory. Still steam, still thoughts, still you in the air. In morning's hush, you're somehow still there. No need for sound, you move like the dawn. Still steam, still thoughts, still not quite gone. The cup gets cold, but you stay warm in thoughts that drift like quiet storms. The morning sun touched gentle gold, and found my hands not yet cold. You used to pour and smile and say, now only sunlight seems to fit. Your chair is light, your cup is gone, but warmth remains where you had shone. I lift my mug and there it is, the way you stayed in things like this. There's sunlight in my mug, like memory that stays, the way you stirred my You sat down but never spoke. Rain drew lines upon the glass. Steam rose once and disappeared like a moment we let pass. I poured two out of old habit. Your chair stayed quiet, facing mine. The clock moved slow, like it knew what silence means with time. And I never asked you to stay, but I brewed your favorite anyway. The warmth stayed longer than your eyes, in that hush where memory lies. No farewell, no broken phrases, just the air too full to breathe. Your handprints fading from the table, like a dream you didn't leave. And I never asked you to stay, but I brewed your favorite anyway. The warmth stayed longer than your eyes, in that hush where memory lies. The cup you never reached is still warm, though your voice has long been gone. You didn't take the photograph or the scarf you used to wear. The key stayed in the second drawer, but still it felt like air. No suitcase stood beside the door, no steps across the floor, just less of you in every sound, and nothing like before. You took nothing, but you left like silence with a breath. No words, no way, no reason why, just absence doing its best. I boiled the tea but let it cool. No second cup, no second rule. The steam rose once, then knew to fall. You didn't need a call. You took nothing, but you left like silence with a breath. No words, no weight, no reason why, everything except the part you kept. She didn't raise her voice at all, just watch the cup between her fingers traced the porcelain and vanished in the steam. Her eyes said more than mornings could, too tired now to try. I listened through the silence as the moment passed us by. She spoke through the steam in words too soft to keep. No sound, no vow, just warmth that ran too deep. The truth rose slow and disappeared like something built to weep. The cafe clock refused to move. The rain forgot to fall. And in that clouded window pane I saw no her at all. She spoke through the steam and left without a word. The things I thought I needed were never truly heard. No sound, no vow, just the shape her breath had stirred. And I still sit by that same cup, listening for the blur. The room forgot your voice today, like it was never there. No creak beneath the hallway light, no whisper in the air. The frame still holds your shadow, but not the shape you drew. A silence hangs too carefully, as if it once knew you. In the echo of nothing, I still hear what wasn't said. The way you breathed and held it in, like words we left for dead. No cry, no break, just the weight of what we fled. The lamp stays dim on purpose now, afraid to glow too wide. The quiet wraps around my hands like something still inside. In the echo of nothing, I trace the shape you made. Not the smile, not the silence, but the in-between that stayed. No cry, no break, just the hush that couldn't fade. And though there's nothing here at all, it's louder than you stay. Afraid to look around. Before the coffee cooled, I almost spoke your name, but the hush felt more forgiving than truth we couldn't claim. No tremble, no just warmth we couldn't frame. The window held the morning, unmoved by what we chose. You traced the rim in circles, as if the silence knows. Before the coffee cooled, I let the moment lie. No need to say it louder, we'd already said goodbye. No tremble, just one long, quiet sigh. You left without your coffee, and I never asked you why. Letters the rain never read, washed out before the truth could stay. They blurred along the window pane and slowly slipped away. No name, no end, just the weight of what I'd say. The candle flickered once, then still, as silence took its place. The page was damp but still intact, like loss that won't erase. Letters the rain never read, they fell with things we never tried. Each line a faded afterthought, each pause a softer lie. No name, no end, just the hush before goodbye. If the rain had read them through, would you have written too? Forgot your voice today, like it was never there. No creep beneath the hallway light, no whisper in the air. The frame still holds your shadow, but not the shape you drew. A silence hangs too carefully, as if it once knew you. In the echo of nothing, I still hear what wasn't said. The way you breathed and held it in, like words we left for dead. No cry, no break, just the weight of what we've left. The lamp stays dim on purpose now, afraid to glow too wide. The quiet wraps around my hands, like something still inside. In the echo of nothing, I trace the shape you made. Not the smile, not the silence, but the in-between that stayed. No cry, no break, just the hush that couldn't fade. And though there's nothing here at all, it's louder than you stay. fingers curl around the cup so still. The steam was slow, the rain was light, and time had lost its will. No questions left to offer, no answers worth the sound. We breathe between the silence, afraid to look around. Before the coffee cooled, I almost spoke your name, but the hush felt more forgiving than truth we couldn't claim. No tremble, no flare, just warmth we couldn't frame. The window held the morning, unmoved by what we chose. You traced the rim in circles, as if the silence knows. Before the coffee cooled, I let the moment lie. No need to say it louder, we'd already said goodbye. No tremble, no flare, just one long, quiet sigh. You left without your coffee, and I never asked you why. Curtains never closed that day. They hung like they forgot, and sunlight pulled across the floor in places you were not. The clock was slow to speak again. Its ticking felt unsure. The room still shaked around your breath, like silence left a blur, like the light that stayed too long. You lingered in the air, not a word, not a touch, but I still felt you there, in the pause between the shadows, in the warmth upon the chair. The coffee cooled but held your shade, its surface soft and wide, as if it knew you once were near, but wouldn't choose a side, like the light that stayed too long. You stayed without intent, not in voice, not in motion, just in everything you meant, in the echo of the morning, in the hush of what you spent. And though the light has faded now, the room still doesn't move. You always took one sugar, never more, never less. I started in without a word, still wearing your old dress. The toast stayed cold beside me, untouched like every thought. I sipped from where you used to sit and waited, but you did not. One sugar, no reply. That's how the morning came. The cup was full of memory, but empty just the same. No voice, no glance, just the echo of your name. The spoon still touched the saucer, like it hoped to stir you near. But even warmth grows distant when there's nothing left to hear. One sugar, no reply, like answers left unread. The silence sat across from me and spoke to me instead. No voice, no glance, just the things we never said. And now I drink it slow, as if you'll write me back. You opened blinds with quiet care. The light fell soft across your hair. No morning song, no wish, no sound, just coffee, steam, and thoughts unbound. You stirred your cup, your gaze was low, like something you weren't meant to show. The room was warm, but you were far, a fading shade beside the jar. It was morning beneath the words, before the voices could be heard, before we tried to speak at all. The stillness caught us in its fall, and everything we didn't say was folded into light that day. The toast untouched, the clock delayed, the way the silence gently stayed. You looked at me, then looked away, but something deep had asked to stay. It was morning beneath the words, where nothing loud and nothing stirred, but in the hush between the sips was all we'd ever failed to grip. And though we spoke a line or two, still brings that morning beneath the words. The sky was pale, the clock stood still, the morning didn't try. You left without a second glance, and even time walked by. No questions in the sunlight, no shift inside the breeze. Just air too tired to wonder, and silence hard to please. The day never asked again, not where or why you'd gone. Folded like an empty note, the world had written wrong. No sigh, no trace, just the feeling you were gone. I made the bed you used to leave, half tangled every dawn. But nothing held the chaos now, just sheets you never yawned. The day never asked again, it knew not to repeat. No knock, no breeze, no footsteps in the street, no sigh, no trace, just a stillness on repeat. And I never asked it either. Some endings don't compete. The cup still held a little steam, though she had long since gone. The light refracted through the rim, but the warmth was barely on. Her seat was tucked in gently, like nothing had been said. But silence wrapped around that space, like words we left for dead. The last echo near her cup, it wasn't loud, just stayed. It hummed between the coffee swirls and everything we made. No cry, no note, just the hush that never fades. She always stirred it counterclockwise, a habit soft and slow. Today the spoon lay undisturbed, like even time said no. The last echo near her cup, I heard it when I breathed. A shadow pressed against the wall of things we once believed. No cry, no, no, just what her quiet left beneath. left your scarf on the chair, still folded like you'd return. The steam rose up in silence, too soft, too slow to burn. The light was barely moving, the air held on to your name. No storm, no sudden ending, just leaving just the same. When the cup was still warm, I thought you'd turn around, but all you left was quiet and coffee cooling down. No sound, no fight, just the hush without a sound. The day kept on without us, like we were never there. I sat and watched the window, still holding half a prayer. When the cup was still warm, I lived inside that pause between the things we almost said and everything that was. No sound, no fight, just the warmth that slowly thawed. And I still sit there sometimes, like you'll come back for more. The coat you wore is still there, hung where the hallway fades. No breeze, no step, no voices, just shadows that never trade. The clock forgot to chime last night, as if it knew the cost. Time sat down beside me to count the things I lost. The quiet didn't end with you, it stayed long after light. It filled the room you left behind and wrapped around the night. No breaking, no rise, just the hush that fell to right. I make one cup instead of two, still place it on your side. The steam goes up then disappears, like everything we tried. The quiet didn't end with you, it lingers like a name, unspoken but familiar, too tender now to blame. No breaking, no rise, just the stillness we became. And when I close the curtains, I swear I hear your shoes. The quiet didn't end with you, it only learned to lose. It only learned to lose. was slow. The silence chose no place to go. Her voice was gone, her hands away, yet echoes rested in the grave. The coffee cooled, the table bare, her shadow lingered in the air. No brighter tone, no vow to say, just echoes resting in the grave. Echoes rested in the grave. They never left my side. They carried all the silence of love I could not hide. No falsetto was needed, no brighter sound to stay. The stillness kept its promise as echoes filled the grave. The clock was weak, the hours slow, the window dim, the twilight low. Her memory stayed, though far away, like echoes resting in the grave. Echoes rested in the grave. They lingered through the rain. They told of love unbroken. They softened all the pain. No higher voice was spoken, no brighter chord to play. The truth was left unspoken in echoes of the grave. The dawn will rise, the day will clear, but still her side